There's also a performance in Boksburg. We'll find out more about that. But joining us now to talk about the production, we are joined by one of the originators, the man who started, Danny the Vet, and one of the performers, Dave Owens. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
What is it, Danny? Maybe before we start talking about what is it about this music that is such a really great time, why did you come up with this idea?
Well, there have been a lot of 80s shows, which are ABBA and Spandau Ballet and that kind of thing, and this is the other side of it, because there was this dark side, you know, the gothic side. Two goths are talking to each other, and one goes, "I'm so gothic, a little black rain cloud follows me," and the other one goes, "I am the little black rain cloud." So there were those people in the 80s too.
Yeah, for sure. Dave, what about a project like this? When Danny approached you, it said, I have to be part of it. Because, you know, I assume you're a little bit younger than me, but we do come from...
Well, thanks for that. But
we do come from an era where this music was influential, not only on the punks, on the goth side, but commercially, Billy Idol was huge.
Well,
Duran Duran was huge.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, I grew up in the 80s. I mean, I'm 40 years old.
Okay, we're the same age then.
So, yeah, when Danny got hold of me and said, I want to come along and sing a few songs, you know, like Sisters of Mercy and U2, well, these are my bands. That's what I grew up listening to, so I've jumped at the opportunity.
There are just too many bands in that late 70s, 80s, touch on the 90s that you could have touched on. And there's just so much music. Why this particular hits?
Because they all had hits. You correctly said The Cure have had so many hits.
Sure,
The Smiths.
amazing band.
Yes, you know, The Cult, you know, who played here in Joburg with Lenny Kravitz, you know. And yeah, so I'd go visiting people our age, and that's the music they'd be playing in their houses, but there was no show, and it's been tremendously successful. Successful. We had a sold-out run last year. We played Carnival City for New Year's Eve, and we're starting again this year, and we hope to take it around the whole country.
I think what makes it work is that there aren't too many shows that do showcase this kind of music. You know, your normal show at the Barnyard might focus on the more commercial kind of bands and things that people are seeing. So I think this started off quite slowly, but there was a big interest, and it's been building and building. And as the word spreads around, that all these bands we never get to listen to anymore. Now we've actually got
we actually get applause because we have a narrator, and you'll say the name of a band, and then the crowd just go mad. It's not soccer. Like, oh,
because it is a, you know, with all due respect, it's also a good trip down memory lane. Some of us have great memories about it.
And the difference as well is that every single singer has his own original band. We're all songwriters, but we love this music. We're not actually cabaret artists. We're rock and rollers, as you can see.
With that being said, and I'm going to throw this question at Dave too, how important was that selection of voices? Because you needed to have the right kind, and he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Fantastic timbre at the bottom.
But he was hired for his tattoos, not his voice.
Yeah.
He has an excellent voice. And you're right, you had to have the voice and you had to have the cred and the edge. And, you know, because we don't run, it's not a Wednesday to Saturday type show. It runs twice a month. Once, twice, 3 times a month. Sure. And we sell them all out, and it's a big celebration. People get dressed up in it. I could be selective, and I found the right guys for the right job.
Yeah, I think you know, there's quite a few different vocalists in the show, and everyone brings something a little bit unique and, you know, their own kind of voice to it. So you don't have the same guy singing 10 different kind of songs. You've got different personalities and styles coming through.
Maybe it's a hot seat question, but of all the artists that you've got in the repertoire in front of you, the songs that excite you the most? Because ideally you should say I love them all, but
I do definitely. But
the artists that you kind of resonate with.
When Danny asked me to come and do the show, I said that's fine, but then we have to do Radiohead Creep.
We're going to play that for you.
Wow, what an amazing! That's a really, really great song.
For me, it's The Cure. I do like a mad send-up in a wheelchair with a straight jacket, and so there's a kind of sort of subtle storyline in there. If you were there, you'd understand. And if you're not, it's entertaining.
Okay, so tonight at 8 o'clock, you need to be at the Cresta Barnyard, but there's also another performance.
Boksburg on the 30th. Yes. The East End has a big alternative following. It has for years. Even now, all the metalheads come from the East End. So we'll see them on the 30th at Boksburg Barnyard.
20 seconds, quickly talk to me about the experience. You're going to come to the Barnyard. What are you experiencing for a night?
Rock and roll without the other two things. It's very entertaining, it's very edgy, and the nicest thing is people in the foyer going, "Hey, I haven't seen you for 20 years," and there's these hugs, and it's a kindred spirit, like very good spirit in the room.
Guys, we're going to
Absolutely.
leave it there, but thank you very much. And we encourage everybody, if you've got nothing to do, take your friends, take your family. It's going to be, promises to be a good night out. That, of course, is organizer, originator of the idea of